A very good morning, students. I am here to start a new topic today, that is the monetary policy of RBI. We have talked about the functions of the central bank, how does the central bank functions, and what are the basic functions that the central bank performs. One of the functions was that RBI is known to be the lender of the last resort. Lender of the last resort. That means if a commercial bank does not get any help in terms of finance, in terms of money, if the other commercial bank does not help, then the only option that is left with the commercial bank is to move to the central bank of the country. And central bank provides the loans or gives the loans by applying some terms and conditions. That is why it is believed to be the last door wherein the commercial banks gets the fund accepted or gets the loans approved against some securities, against some terms and conditions. That is why Reserve Bank of India is known as the lender of the last resort. So we are here to talk about the monetary policy of Reserve Bank of India or the Central Bank of India. See, monetary policy basically refers to the measures which are adopted by the central bank of the country, that is Reserve Bank of India, to regulate the money supply in the economy. To regulate the money supply, flow of money in the economy. How does money move in and out? That is directly and indirectly controlled by Reserve Bank of India. Okay. We can say it's a credit control policy of Reserve Bank of India even by applying some tools, by using some tools, it has a direct control over the money supply in the economy. Okay. For this, it uses certain methods, certain rates, certain conditions which actually helps out to come to a conclusion at what rate the loan should be given, at what rate the public should be given the facilities. So there are two basic methods. One is called quantity methods, the other is called qualitative methods. Quantitative and qualitative, these are two basic tools which are used by the Reserve Bank of India. Quantitative method is an indirect method. Indirect method means the Reserve Bank of India does not tell the public on a direct basis, but rather it uses an indirect tool to have a direct control. Whereas qualitative method is a direct method, wherein a person is affected when this rate or when this policy is in action. There is a direct influence of it. Okay. Now under indirect method or under quantitative method, there are three terms that you need to study about. One is called bank rate, the other is called OMO, that is open market operation, and the third is called LRR, which you are well versed with now because we have already dealt with this term LRR, that is legal reserve requirement or legal reserve ratio, which is a combination of CRR and SLR. CRR stands for cash reserve ratio and SLR stands for statutory liquidity ratio. Statutory liquidity ratio. Now, quickly we'll understand this and we'll understand the effect. What happens when there is an increase in the rates? What happens when the central bank of the country increases the rate? How does it actually affect the supply of money in the economy? That we need to understand. So, whenever in the examination, if any rate is asked to you, first you will write down what the rate talks about or what is the rate actually, and the effect is most important. Like for example, I have written bank rate and you can see I have bifurcated into increase and decrease. Okay, increase and decrease means what will happen if there is an increase in the bank rate, what will happen if there is a decrease in the bank rate. So that effect is most important from the examination point of view. When it is asked, when some questions are raised on this, you will make the examiner understand the effect of it. The first one is bank rate. Bank rate. Okay, I hope the things are clear. Monetary policy we are talking about here, that is the credit control policy of the Reserve Bank of India that affects the flow of money in the economy. How RBI uses different tools to have a direct control over the money supply in the economy. The first is bank rate. And these are the rates which I have written over here. These are the current rate, today's rate. 29th of June 2021, if you surf the website of Reserve Bank of India, you will find these rates applicable as of today. Okay, every day it keeps on fluctuating a bit depending on the economy situation. Okay, but today's rate, as of today morning only I have quoted this. Bank rate is 4.25% current rate. LRR stands for CRR and SLR. CRR is 4%, SLR is 18%. We'll understand these terms, what are these terms and how it is important in the economy's movement. The first is bank rate. Bank rate is the rate at which the central bank lends to commercial bank against approved securities. Bank rate is the rate at which the central bank lends the money to the commercial banks against the approved securities. I hope by now you must be clear with the distinction between the central bank and the commercial bank. Because when we began this chapter, the first day after the introduction to central bank, I gave you a clear-cut distinction between central bank and the commercial bank. If not, before coming to this video, it's your duty to see the differences between the central bank and the commercial bank. Because we are going to use the term again and again. So it should be very clear, it should be crystal clear in your mind why we have used these terms. So bank rate is the rate at which the central bank lends the money to the commercial bank against approved securities. Now what is approved securities, which I have been mentioning every time? Approved securities are the securities which are listed in the stock exchange, which are government owned, okay, and which the, like for example, the shares, the certificate of deposits, the debenture, the bonds, all these which are listed in the stock exchange are called approved securities. So bank rate is the rate at which central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, gives the loans to the commercial bank against approved securities. Whenever you want to take a loan from a bank, as a customer, when you go to a bank and you demand for a loan, you'll have to give something in the form of collateral security. Okay, so that collateral security is what the bank believes, as a bank takes it as a faith that okay, if the loans are not returned, the bank has the right to sell those collaterals and recover the amount. And that is mentioned under the SARFAESIA Act 2011, I think. SARFAESIA Act 2011. Just cross-check the act, but it's the SARFAESIA Act. Okay. So bank rate is the rate at which the central bank of the country, that is Reserve Bank of India, gives the loans to commercial bank against approved securities. For example, Reserve Bank of India, which is in, let's say, M stands for Mumbai. Reserve Bank of India is giving a loan to a commercial bank. Let's take an example of a commercial bank. This is PNB and J for Jharkhand. Okay, PNB Bank, a particular branch, you can say in Ranchi, is demanding a loan from Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India agrees to give the loans, but against approved securities. Whatever security they have to keep it as a collateral to Reserve Bank of India, and Reserve Bank of India will give or sanction the loan to the Punjab National Bank. Okay, this is at the rate 4.25% because this is the current rate that is in function now. So against 4.25%, the amount will be sanctioned to Punjab National Bank. Okay, and this is, whenever you talk about the bank rate, it is basically for a long-term basis. Okay, it is basically for a long-term basis. But in case of loans, it is advisable to pay it earlier because loan is itself a burden. Whosoever takes, he has to, it's okay that it is for a long term, but every time you need to pay the interest till the time you don't clear it out. So that is what here bank rate is made for long term, and RBI has issued a loan to PNB against approved securities. Now, the effect of it, what happens? Why is PNB demanding a loan? Why is PNB asking for a loan? Okay, the question should come to your mind that why is PNB asking for a loan? The reason is PNB takes the loan at the rate 4.25%, okay, from Reserve Bank of India. Now, when PNB issues a loan to general customer, what is the rate that it follows? Around 9 to 11%. 9 to 11% is the rate that is prevalent now, that it follows. Means it is accepting a loan at the rate 4.25% and it is sanctioning to the general public at 9 to 11%. Between 9 to 11%. Okay, whatever it is. Let's keep it 9% only. So 9% is rate. So almost double is there. Means whatever it earns, like for example, if it earns 10,000 as interest, 5,000 it will pay to RBI for the interest that it has taken the loan, and 5,000 will be the net profit of the Punjab National Bank. Now, this policy or this rate is affected whenever there is an inflation or deflation in the economy. Inflation stands for general rise in the prices of goods and services for a longer term. If there is a increase in the rates of goods for a long period, then that situation of the market is called as inflation. So whenever RBI feels that the flow of money has increased, means more of the people visit to bank and they take more of the loans, in that case RBI has a controlling unit, or RBI has a tool to control, that is by increasing the bank rate. What will happen when the RBI will increase the bank rate? Let's say from 4.25%, the new rate after the increased one is, let's say, 6%. 6% is the rate of interest that is increased by the Reserve Bank of India. The moment it is increased and the fund is sanctioned to the Punjab National Bank, Punjab National Bank here will have to pay more of the interest to Reserve Bank of India. When it pays more, it will charge more from the public, and when the rate of interest is increased for the public will fail to accept this, or public will not go to bank, they will not take the loans, rather it will decrease the flow of money in the economy. So that is why it is said as a tool, a method. It's an indirect tool. RBI does not go to public, RBI does not tell to public, but rather it uses the commercial banks as a measure to control the money supply. So when the rates increase, people tend to take less of loans from banks. Okay, same is the case when there is a decrease in the bank rate, like for example 4.25% is the current rate, and the new rate after a decrease is, let's say, 4%. When the rates decrease, people or the commercial banks tends to take more of the loans, and when they get more of the loans, they will sanction more of the loans to the public. If you remember the credit creation policy of the Reserve Bank, the commercial banks, the only means or only aim of the commercial bank was to sanction more and more of loans and to generate more and more of profits. Okay, except LRR amount, legal reserve ratio amount, they used to sanction everything that they had. So that is why, in order to control the flow of money in the economy, RBI uses the tool which is called as bank rate. Do keep in mind what is bank rate. Bank rate is the rate at which the central bank lends the money to commercial bank against approved securities. Okay, for a longer term. So this is about the bank rate. Next class we shall deal about the OMO and LRR. Thank you, class.